Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk to you about the movie Hillbilly Elegy. Now, this is the recent movie directed by Ron Howard, starring Amy Adams as well as Glenn Close. Now, it is based on the book of the same name written by J.D. Vance, a book that went on to win multiple awards, a top 10 bestseller, wouldn't you know? And the book was criticized. So it should come as no surprise that the movie's facing its share of criticism as well. People feeling that it's a misrepresentation of the South, people feeling that it's just this desperate plea to win awards. So before we get into all of that, let's take a step back and talk about what this movie is actually about. The movie is the story of J.D. Vance. He grows up in Kentucky. It is the story of his upbringing with his mother, who is played by Amy Adams, who was dealing with a lot of issues, and his mama, his grandmother, played by Glenn Close. You're talking to a guy who always thought calling your grandmother nanny was a little unique. So mama is completely out there. But hey, I wasn't raised in Kentucky and I didn't grow up there. So what do I know? Anyways, so this is one of those films where you're basically getting a depiction of this person's life. He wrote the screenplay on it. It's based on a true story. So you're being presented the facts as he sees them. A lot of people didn't care for the film. I can't say that I'm one of them. One of the big criticisms of this film is that a lot of people said it was his desperate attempt to win awards. It was desperate on the part of Ron Howard and Amy Adams and Glenn Close, and they were just desperate to win awards. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not know this about me, but I'm a pretty big sports guy. I love following sports. I can't think of a team that takes the field, takes the ice, takes the mound, takes the whatever, and doesn't want to win a championship. I parlay that and say I can't think of an actor who is successful who to themselves doesn't think about winning an Academy Award. Because if that's not a goal, I'm not really sure what you're doing. Because at some point you have to think whether it's an Academy Award or some major achievement and accomplishment. Of course you want that. And let's be clear, any film that comes out from October after has some sort of inkling of being in contention for an Oscar, because that's prime Oscar season. Now, did I look at this movie and think there was a huge sense of desperation? No. I thought to myself, this is a movie directed by Academy Award winner Ron Howard. This is a movie that stars two of the best actresses today in terms of Amy Adams and Glenn Close. And if you don't believe me, take a look at their work. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous list of talented performances. Glenn Close is up for an Oscar nomination for this role, but she's also up for a Razzie Award, which is apparently like the worst award. So that's kind of like in Sandra Bullock category. But of course, Sandra Bullock won a Razzie for another movie, and then of course won the Oscar for The Blind Side. Whereas it's very unique that Glenn Close is nominated for both the highest and the lowest for the same role. I didn't look at this movie and feel this huge sense of desperation to win awards. I thought it was an interesting story. I'm not going to also submit for you that this is the best movie you're going to see. No, not at all. It was an okay film, but I certainly didn't leave it thinking to myself, wow, I need all that time in my life back. The criticism from the point of view of trying to win awards, I think, is misplaced. If people didn't like the film, that's fine. I don't think it's one of the worst movies that I saw last year. I don't even think it breaks that top 10. I actually give this movie a C+. It's on Netflix. There are better things to see, but if you see it, again, it doesn't reek of the desperation that many people will tell you. To me, what it does is it shows once again that Amy Adams is a phenomenal actress, and it also shows me that Glenn Close is nothing but consistent in delivering fantastic performances again and again and again. If you have the chance to see Hillbilly Elegy, let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.